Oshkosh Beer Blog, and we're here today at Chester V's at 2505 Oregon Street in Oshkosh with Brian Gelhaus and Lynn Shu of Chester V's. And so you guys opened December 14th,
Right.
basically a little bit more than a week ago.
A week ago.
How is it going?
It's good. We're a lot of people have come in. We're learning a lot about what we are as a bar and restaurant, and it's been a lot of fun so far.
Okay, cool. Well, one of the things that makes you guys really different is, aside from the fact of having 40 beers on draft, is 16 of those beers are on these table tenders,
Right.
where customers can come in, select, they select the table of their choice. There's 4 of them. Each has 4 draft lines, and begin pouring their own beer. You want to walk us through this, how this works, Brian?
Yeah, so basically when people sit down at a table, I'll show up with our master iPad that runs each of the tables here, and we're opening up a tab for him. So we'll open up one for Lee here. He can buy his beer today. So then I open up a tab for him, and I'm going to link his tab to table number 1, and it kicks open all the beers. There's a clicking noise in there that unlocks the taps. And then there's a flow meter in the base of these that basically registers how many ounces you pour. So you just go ahead and pull it wide open, and it'll just calculate how much of each beer you drank.
And so I ate here earlier, well, I was here last week for lunch. And what I really liked about it is one of the table we sat at had Velveteen Habit on an Ale Asylum IPA that's like 8%.
Yeah.
And it was a little early in the day.
Yeah.
I didn't want to drink a full 16-ounce pour of that, so I was able to just pour 5 ounces of that, and get what I wanted out of it.
We've got another beer too. St. Creek Belgian Blonde is down there. That's 10% alcohol, and if you drink 16 ounces of that in the middle of the day, you're going to have a good rest of your day. So.
And what's nice is it's right there when you want it.
Right.
You don't have to wait for a server to come and get you that beer or get a special size pour or anything. It's right at your disposal.
And I think it's just a lot of fun. People have a unique experience when they come here and try something new, and it's something you can't get everywhere. So.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, let's try one of these. Let's
What are you feeling?
let's start with the Lakefront IPA.
So you just come here, grab it, pour.
And one
First
thing,
one will
I guess where the learning curve on this is going to be is that when you do initially get some foam,
Yep.
you don't want to dial that handle back.
No.
You want to keep it wide open.
And that's we take it pretty seriously here, kind of like educating people about beer and stuff. So everybody who sits down at the table, I kind of explain to them that it's pressurized to go through a hole that's that big, and if you kind of just do it a little bit, it's just going to shoot foam.
Sure.
So if you sit down at one of these tables, remember that it's all or nothing. There's only one speed to beer. So.
Yeah. So have you seen people mixing beers yet, or?
Yes, I have, and actually I've done a little bit of myself. I was mixing Lakefront Eastside Dark Lager with Central Waters Honey Blonde, and that was at the behest of a customer who was doing it as well, and it was a lot of fun.
Well, that's a nice way to go.
Yeah.
I mean, you can try things you wouldn't necessarily
Normally
go
try,
for.
yeah, absolutely.
Right.
And I think that's what this is all about, is just having fun with it. Do whatever you want, just being fun and having a good time while you drink beer.
So, Brian, you've been in the bar business for a while. Does having 40 taps at your disposal make it easier or more difficult?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's a fun problem to deal with. Certainly, it's a lot to take care of at all times, and something that's really helped us with that is Tap Hunter.
I was just going to mention Tap
Yep.
Hunter.
We use Tap Hunter to organize all our taps, and it prints our beer menus, which come out really great. And you can follow us on that. You can see what beers we have on for that day, what beers we have on deck coming up, and then everything we have in bottles too. And I've used that not only as a social media tool, but really as an organizational tool for myself to figure out this is what we have on deck right now, and this is what I need to order and figure out. Because we are changing stuff all the time.
Yeah.
It's very few beers are going to stay stagnant on a line. It's going to be new and fresh every single day. So
Tap Hunter's fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
That's great. And I'll post a link to that in the notes to this. So, Lynn, people know you probably already without knowing you. You're doing all the social media.
Right. I came into the game to help out with the behind-the-scenes marketing and the social media, and social media has been great for getting the word out. It's really the only advertising that we've been doing so far.
Interesting.
We've kept a real grassroots feel to it, business to business, trying to utilize as much local as we can. Same thing with word of mouth. It's just been really important for us to be able to communicate with people right away. It works fantastic. We're able to address things when people are here. Sometimes when the bar has been full, I'll know about something because somebody put it on Facebook and it alerts me, versus when the bar is full of people and I have to go around looking for who they are.
So how much pressure did you feel as you got closer and closer to opening? Because I was watching your Facebook page and I just saw this continual thing.
There was a lot of pressure because people were very anxious, just as we were. We were very excited about what we've got going on here. We still are obviously excited. We've got a lot of really fun things planned coming up next year. We want to just get the ball rolling on those things. So we felt the same anxiety, I guess, or excitement as everybody else was. What we didn't want was to open too soon. You only get one chance to make a first impression, and a bar and restaurant is always going to have some sort of little wrench in the plan.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And we've had those, but our team we're building is a fantastic team, so they've handled it like pros. They've just rolled with the changes. Brian has been fantastic. And his role is more of just the bar manager. He's more like our Chester V's concierge. He does everything from explaining these tables to working with the POS to knowing our menu, everything. So internally, that alleviates a lot of our pressure. But yes, we did feel something from the community wanting us to hurry up and open. And, had every day we had walk-ins. People, if the lights were on, they were coming in. So a couple people, they got here, perfect timing because we were testing the menu. So we had them sit down and give us their feedback on either certain beers or food items that were being prepared. So that was nice to have a little bit of community.
It was interesting to see that whole build-up.
The neighbors around here have been pretty fantastic about it, spreading the word, and other businesses as well.
Well, your neighbors got to be happy to have you in here. So this is the former Mario's and Hermanas, I think it was.
Hermanas,
yeah. And I said this to you earlier, when you walk in here now, unless you knew you were in that space, you would never guess you're in that space.
It's a complete transformation.
Yeah, it looks really great.
Yeah.
So as far as educating people on this, how has that gone? Has it been difficult, or is it?
No, I think people actually have been very receptive towards it. You can get lost in the boredom of, because when you're talking what beer's made of and all that, it can get, very arduous at some point. But if you approach it from a real fun standpoint, I've had people just thank me time and again for, oh my God, we learned so much and we're having such a good time. And I see that as a way for people to, explore craft beer and figure out, broaden their horizons on something they otherwise wouldn't have tried.
Yeah. Well, if you have it right in front of you and you can have 2 ounces, that's easy. And that's one thing you see with these pads. Each table has a pad. Yeah. You can see exactly how much you've had. So you're not in the dark about any of this, or if you're worried about having too much beer, because it is easy when you're sitting here with an open tap to just kind of go at it.
Right.
And Lynn brought over our we call this beer college.
Our education here.
Anytime somebody's got questions about beer, I typically grab this and bring it over. It's just I got 3 simple malts: a chocolate malt, caramel malt, and a 2-row base malt, and then some hops there, just so people can kind of break down the, understand what beer is. And I feel like some people are intimidated by it, they don't understand the process, and it's a pretty simple process. So we just use this to explain what's going on.
We have them try them. We do everything. They roll the hops around in their hands so they can feel the oil from them.
Some of what's happening is there's this, extreme geek faction that makes it almost more intimidating to people that aren't into it yet. And beer's simple. It shouldn't be.
Right. Some people have seemed a little intimidated, but then we come over here and then they're right into it. And then you can see them waiting for the other tables to open, and then they table hop.
Well, that was another question I had. Are people doing that? Are they going from table to table? And
that group that was here that one night hit all 4 tables. All 4. They tried literally every beer.
And they kept their small sample glasses because it made them feel like, we're just sampling. We're just sampling. So. They had a great time with it. So people are having fun. They're offering us a lot of fun suggestions and ideas of what to do with it. We've talked about people, who wanted to reserve a table for a birthday party, and then they want to select the beer. So it's something that we can do for them.
That's nice.
As long as we've got enough time and notice to do that.
Okay, so I'm, a beer obsessive, so I could just sit here and talk about beer all day. But you guys have a pretty great menu too. So why don't you guys talk about that a little bit?
Right. Well, our menu is going to be constantly updating. We have some few staples and signatures they're just happening organically by what people are ordering. Burgers have been a big hit here. All the different selection that we have. Our specials are something that one of our chefs, Sergio, is working on really hard every day, and then Dylan, our night chef, prepares a nightly special as well. So it is really developing nicely, and we want to keep that going on. So again, we ask for a lot of feedback on social media. Our desserts, we have a signature blueberry amaretto bread pudding that people have been, it's all they're talking about. Some cheesecakes that change out regularly.
That would pair well with that polka keyboard.
Yeah, well, that Brian and I sort of designated ourselves to do some dessert and beer pairing.
Oh, there you
we
go.
just
Good.
thought we were providing a great service for everybody by doing this. So we've done that a few times. Grabbed some desserts and some beers to see what went well together. And Lily and Sergio, our chef here, they both make a great whipped cream. So we even designed a drink around the whipped cream.
Oh, nice.
So we have a
Nice.
leaded coffee for people to come and get.
Cool.
And not too surprisingly, with this weather we've been having, the dreary rain, that's gone over very well. So.
Nice. All right, so you guys opened at 11,
We open at 11.
and you have lunch until
Lunch till 2:30. Then our bar menu is available, and dinner starts at 5.
Excellent, excellent. Well, thanks for having me, and I appreciate
Absolutely,
it.
Lee.
This
Thanks.
is excellent.
Come back anytime.
All right, prost.